What is trauma?
Trauma is anything that your nervous system kind of can't process, right?
Right.
And so what that tells you is it's entirely subjective, right? And I think people
Mm,
don't always understand that, right? Being hovered over by a large parent threatening to hit you when you're 3, right, is
right.
going to feel very, very different than maybe when you're 30, right?
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, it's as simple as that, right? There's some things I think that people would say are universally traumatic, but I think
Mm,
by and large, we have to, I just think it's not helpful to be, doing the trauma Olympics, right? Like whose trauma is
mm.
worse, whatever,
Right.
because
Right.
you don't know what people have lived and what their experiences have been. And, you know, we do know, right, through Resnick's research from, I think a couple of decades ago, that for anybody that has been traumatized or abused
Mm,
as a child, the one healthy relationship with an adult makes all the difference in the
yeah.
world in them being able to move on and actually have a productive, meaningful, not tortured life, right?
Right.
So you think about all of the factors around a traumatic event.
Mm,
Who responded, who ignored, so it's not even just the event or what
right.
happened, it's all that happened around it, you know.
Mm.
Um,
It's time for a quick little update. A few months ago, 2.5% of you who are watching this content were subscribed to this channel. I'm so grateful to you. You helped us move it to 20%. However, if we do the math, that still leaves us 80% of you have not subscribed. Please help me change that. Go ahead and press that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the content.
when my father was murdered, right, when I was
Right.
17 years old, I think most people would say
Mm,
traumatic with a big T, and it
mm,
was. But the other thing is
mm,
there weren't people around, right? And it wasn't that the people weren't around, it's that the
mm.
people around were also traumatized, right?
Right.
So my mom's falling apart, certainly my siblings are falling apart, our
Mm.
neighbors who loved our family are falling apart, the university where my dad was a professor,
Oh, wow.
everybody's traumatized. And so who was the adult that could, you know, take my hand and say,
Yeah.
hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I mean, it just didn't exist because you had a community that was
It
traumatized.
was
I mean,
flooding everywhere. Everyone was flooded with their own traumas.
you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
So, you know, um, yeah. So it's just, that it's always in the details.
Mm,
um,
mm.
yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you naming that because sometimes people think trauma, oh, like, oh, I wasn't in a big car accident. I was not in a war zone. So my thing doesn't matter. Meanwhile, they're suffering deeply.
Right. Suffering.
So how you name this is like trauma is what resides in the nervous system, how
You got it.
our nervous system still hasn't processed the event. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this content, check out what's coming up next right over here. Thank you.